Sea Fever by John Masefield, 1878 to 1967. I must go down to the seas again, to the lonely sea and the sky, and all I ask is a tall ship and a star to steer her by. And the wheels kick and the wind's song and the white sails shaking, and a grey mist on the sea's face and a grey dawn breaking. I must go down to the seas again, for the call of the running tide is a wild call and a clear call that may not be denied. And all I ask is a windy day with the white clouds flying, and the flung spray and the blown spume and the sea-gulls crying. I must go down to the seas again, to the vagrant gypsy life, to the gull's way and the whale's way, where the wind's like a whetted knife. And all I ask is a merry yarn from a laughing fellow-rover, and quiet sleep and a sweet dream when the long trick's over. So, this is a poem by John Masefield. This is probably his most famous poem. John Masefield was a novelist, a playwright and a poet. He came from Hertfordshire, and he loved reading. Anyway, I think when he was 13 he went away to sea aboard HMS Conway, and he was several years on this ship. This poem is about his love for the sea, his yearning for the sea, his desire to be with the sea. That the sea is calling him. It's his yearning to be with the sea. And look at the title, Sea Fever, fever for the sea, that he's got to go, he's got to be there. I must go down to the seas again. Notice every verse starts with I must go down to the seas again. It's repeated at the beginning of each, and it gives the sense to the title. This is his sea fever. I must go down to the seas again. So I've got to go to the seas, and all I ask is a tall ship and a star to steer her by. So I must go down to the sea. I must. All I want is a tall ship and a star to steer this by, and it's his desire to go back to be with the most powerful natural forces on earth, and this is the sea. Yeah, the sea and the sky, the seas. And the wheels kick and the wind's song and the white sails shaking. This is what he wants. These are the natural elements. The wheel kicking when the boat is in the wave. So he likes it quite rough. He likes this rough. The rough sea where it's a force of nature, and the wind's song, this is another force of nature, the wind, and the white sails shaking. It's a very good description. And a grey mist on the sea's face. Okay, and the beauty of a grey mist on the sea, and the dawn breaking, and the dawn is grey, and he wants to connect with the sea. He wants to connect with it, and it's mysterious, it's melancholic. He's not saying it's not this traditional, this beautiful, lovely sea. No, it's something lonely, something mysterious, something enchanting, something magic. This is a force of nature. I must go down to the seas again for the call of the running tide. So I've got to go to the sea. I've got to go to sea again. And here I've got this idea that I'm standing on the beach and I see the tide running out, the tide going away, the tide running. Is a wild call and a clear call that may not be denied. So this call to go to see this, the tide is calling him to go, and it's a call of the wild. It's something that he can't deny. He can't reject it, because this is part of him. He is part of nature, and going to sea, this is where you see nature. This is where he becomes part of nature. And all I ask is a windy day with the white clouds flying. So this is beautiful. You've got this beautiful windy day and the white clouds are moving past very rapidly. And the flung spray and the blown spume and the seagulls crying. So the spray, the spray is being whipped off the top of the waves, and the spume is like a foam. Yeah, and we can feel this, and we hear the seagulls crying. So we can we can see that this beautiful wind. We can feel it. We can hear the seagulls. We can feel this this spray. I must go down to the seas again, to the vagrant gypsy life. So I've got to go back to the sea. I'm being called to the sea. I can't tear myself away from it. To this vagrant gypsy life. Okay, so he's talking about a life where on the sea he doesn't know where he's going, but it doesn't matter, because the important thing is the journey, not arriving, but making the journey itself. To the gull's way and the whale's way, where the wind's like a whetted knife. So a whetted knife is a sharp knife. And this being at sea, this is the way of the whales, this is the way of the gulls. Yeah, but it's not all pleasure, because the wind cuts like a sharp knife. So it's not this beautiful, sweet, lovely thing. It's raw nature in tooth and claw. It's a powerful image. And also notice the alliteration here. The gull's way and the whale's way, where the wind's like a whetted knife. We've got alliteration all the way through. And all I ask is a merry yarn from a laughing fellow-rover. And the only thing I want in return is a happy yarn, a happy story from a laughing fellow-rover, from another seaman, another person on the sea, travelling from place to place. And quiet sleep and a dream when the long trick's over. And then a quiet life, or a quiet dream when the long trick's over. But I think here as well, he's almost referring to life as a voyage on the sea, a life in the elements of nature. And then after that, we have, after life is over, after his trip is over, then he sleeps quiet and a sweet dream. Because now the long trip, or the trip of life, is over. So enough. If you enjoyed the video, give it a rating, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you soon. Bye for now. Sea Fever by John Masefield.